All right, my friends, today we are talking about a powerful new effort to support those who have served us. The Midlands Veterans Engagement Council with VetConnect, and it's happening at Segra Park right here in downtown Columbia. And right now joining us, retired First Sergeant Alvin King, the founder of Range for Hope, here to share how this event, connecting those who have served us and who are trusted and need to get the support that they deserve. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. All right, first up, we got to talk about it. Tell us what Range for Hope is.
Okay, Range for Hope is a nonprofit here locally in the Midlands. We use the game of golf as therapy for the entire military community and their family. So the thought was to provide something that was community-based and to really build and reconnect the family.
Absolutely. Now tell us about the Midlands Vet Coalition. So we got a couple of organizations helping to make this happen.
Well, it's like the military just throwing all these acronyms together. So
Right?
the MVET to the PVET, all these different things are going on. But the Midlands Veterans Engagement Council was something that came about 2 years ago. I mean, it's been in existence prior, but we kind of restarting it about 2 years ago and really kind of hitting our stride about December and said, hey, let's do something in February here to kind of do like this first jump off, if you would. And so the goal was to bring all these community partners from the federal, state level, regional, as well as nonprofits and for-profits together. And so we have about 35 community partners that'll be at Segra Park tomorrow, just ready to be forward-facing and give their programs, resources, and services to the military community who show up.
Absolutely. One of the things I want to talk about is the fact that we have such a large military community here, right? And as we continue to serve the Midlands, you have to be able to serve the military community. And so for you, why is it so important that the community supports this event?
Well, I mean, if you think about the statistics, right, only 0.5% of people raise their hand to serve in the military, but the other 99.5 are impacted. So whether it's a family, a friend, a neighbor, everybody is traditionally connected to somebody in the military. And so it's a community-based healing aspect of hey, how do you do this together as a community? And so building community is kind of what our goal is, trying to move forward and really reconnect, because what happens is people get off into these silos, into these bad places, and it's just unfortunate. The statistics show that there's not a lot of people that survive that.
Yeah, so I come from a family of military men, and it can oftentimes be a little difficult when it comes to navigating all the resources that are out there. And so let's talk about the fact that these resources are going to be available so easily. They just have to show up to Segra Park.
Absolutely. And so that was the thought process is, the big thing is not only access, but education. How do you get to these resources? And so having, from the federal and state level with both South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs as well as the regional office, having community partners like First Citizens step up and say, hey, we'd love to come out and teach financial literacy, just across the gamut. There's just so many for-profits, not-for-profits that'll be there. So it's a really interesting time because now people are going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that this is what this was. And so just being able to see, put a name to a place, to a face, and get a number, an email, because there's so many people who are looking for services and just don't know where to look.
What are the services and resources that will be available out there?
Specifically, like I said, First Citizens will be conducting a financial literacy. They have 10 stations of different things that they're working on. The SCDVA, which is the South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs, they'll be there as the state agency. There'll be representatives from the federal VA working on benefits. There'll be people from Humana, from Blue Cross Blue Shield talking about insurance. There's Beyond the Roll, which is a military spouse group, specific group. There's, Range for Hope. There's Big Red Barn. There's, there's, like I said, there's 35 agencies that are going to show up. And so it's to us, we wanted to do it what we call the social determinants of health, the 6 social determinants of health that we're using are healthcare, housing, employment, education, benefits, and social enrichment. And so there'll be a variety of community partners from all of those entities there.
So it's a one-stop shop.
Yes, absolutely. There's there's not too many things we missed. There may be
Right.
somebody how come they didn't have underwater seat, whatever it is. But for the most part, it's a one-stop shop.
You can't have everything.
Yeah.
But no, that sounds like literally the most important aspects that veterans need to be connected to is going to be there. So for you, what has it been like being a part of this?
It's intense.
Yeah.
Because, you just have to, as I say, herding the cats. So you have all these separate agencies that are kind of like doing all these different things in their own silos, and now kind of really bringing them together and being that connective tissue to say, hey, like, let's do this together. And so, like, that's the goal. If we all have the same common agenda is to serve the military community, then why not do things more together? I did forget one agency that will be out there, which is Limitless Community Development.
Love them.
And they are going to be, for once you go through the event, they'll be outside giving you a gift bag to go away with maybe some fruits, some vegetables. There's some stuff. So if you want to come out, and get a nice treat on the way out the door, then maybe that's maybe an incentive.
Yeah. I mean, I would want to come just for that as well.
There you go.
Talk to us about who all is invited. Give us the specifics.
It's really open to the entire community, and so the thought behind, just like I gave you the statistics, is, although like Fort Jackson is right here, Shaw Air Force Base, there's all these military members here that live locally in the greater Columbia area. It's open to the entire community because there's going to be resources across the gamut for, Richland 2 will be there talking about some different things for what their students are offered in that military space. So it's really across the entire gamut. The entire community is welcome to come. Obviously, it's still Segra Park. There's some limitations with regard to, they wanted us to remind everybody, no weapons, no things.
Absolutely
like,
not.
Some of the military people, they always have like a pocket knife or something going on. So it's just like, make sure we're taking away all our things that are potential harm or threats, prior to getting out of the car.
Yeah, Segra is definitely laying down the law when it comes to that, but it's going to be such a safe event. Now, give us the details, the exact time. So it's taking place tomorrow at Segra Park. Bring us those time details.
Yeah, so tomorrow, 11 to 2 will be the approximate time for the event. And, obviously the setup will be a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But the event will go from 11 to 2. And then, we'll also do some fun things throughout the day as we're there, maybe some raffles or some giveaways. And so just to kind of really think about this whole entire community-based, like, healing aspect of bringing people together and doing something fun and actually just introducing people to these services, like really meeting people.
For sure. All right, my friends, you have heard all of that information. It is going down tomorrow at Segra Park. Make sure that you are bundled up, but don't let that cold weather stop you, because these resources are absolutely vital and critical. Okay, and before we wrap up, a quick question for you regarding Range of Hope. So I was able to look at all that you guys are doing for the community. Absolutely love it. And then specifically, what is the next thing that y'all are working on, y'all's big event?
Outside of this was kind of a heavy task, but our first charity golf tournament is coming up in May 4th at Fort Jackson.
That's exciting.
And Fairways to Freedom. And so we do 2 charity golf tournaments, one in the spring, one in the fall, in between our 6 months of free golf lessons. So we have 6 months, 5 days a week for the entire community. It's a little bit of a thing that we do.
I would call that a big thing.
Yeah, and then we end the year, which is my exciting time, in November with a national level all adaptive golf tournament. And so our adaptive space is anybody with a rated disability. And so last year we had 52 adaptive athletes from 23 states come in and compete here in Columbia. So it's pretty cool to kind of see all the things we've been able to do and impact within the community here locally, as well as outside of the state.
Absolutely. All right. If people want to learn more about Range of Hope or VetConnect, which again is taking place tomorrow, where can they find that information? So
specifically for Range 4 Hope, it'll be range4, hope.org. And then for the VetConnect or anything in the MVEC world, it's mymvec, MVEC.org.
All right, my friends, there you have it. Make sure to support, because again, we deserve, or not we deserve, but our military community and our veterans deserve to receive all the support, as they have given so much up to make sure that we are safe. We're going to put this interview on our website. That's WLTX.com. And we'll be back after this short break. Stay with us.